Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. And we got the first of a three-game series between the Detroit Tigers and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Leading off for the visiting Tigers playing center field is LaFleur. Batting second playing shortstop is Trammell. Batting third playing third base is Cabrera. Batting fourth playing first base is Fielder. Batting fifth playing right field is Ordonez. Batting sixth doing the catching is Parrish. Batting seventh playing left field is Horton. Batting eighth playing second base is Polanco. And batting ninth doing the pitching is Denny McLAIN. And for the hometown Tampa Bay Devil Rays, leading off playing shortstop is Bartlett. Batting second playing center field is Upton. Batting third playing right field is Huff. Batting fourth playing first base is Pena. Batting fifth playing left field is Meadows. Batting sixth playing third base is Longoria. Batting seventh playing second base is Cantu. Batting eighth doing the catching is Navarra. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for Tampa Bay is Blake Snell. Get down here to the stadium and get this game started. And to lead it off for the Tigers is Ron LaFleur. And in 1977, he batted 325, 16 homers, 57 RBIs, and doing the pitching for Tampa Bay. And in 2018, Blake Snell was 21-5 with a 1.89 ERA. Should be a hell of a pitching match here between Snell and McLAIN. And here's the pitch. That's going to be against lefty. That'll be a 20, 18. 18 on a 9. That's going to be a ground ball down the short over to first for out number 1. Brings up Alan Trammell now. And Trammell in 1987 batted 343 with 28 homers, 105 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. And that brings up Cabrera. And in 2013, he batted 348, 44 homers, 137 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tigers go down in order here in the top of the first. Tigers nothing. Tampa Bay coming to the plate with Bartlett, Upton, and Huff. Jason Bartlett in 2009 batted 320. He had 14 homers and 66 RBIs. And in 1968, Denny McLAIN was 31-6 with a 1.96 ERA. Here's the pitch to Jason. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll be out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the bottom of the first. And BJ Upton's up now. BJ in 2007 batted 300, 24 homers, 82 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. McLAIN strikes him out for out number 2. And Huff is up now. And Huff in 2003 batted 311, 34 homers, 107 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Willie and left. 1, 2, 3 goes to Devil Rays. You go to the top of the second, no score. You got, what's this in the middle of the screen? Sorry about that, didn't see that on there. You got Fielder, Ordonez, and Parrish due up. And Fielder in 1990 batted 277, 51 homers, 132 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Fielder trots on down the first. Out number for leadoff batter getting on here. And Ordonez is up now. And in 2007, he batted 363, 28 homers, 139 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 62 and a 5. Probably going to be fielding column 3. Nope, barely fielding column 2. They're going to get a swing and a miss. DENNY strikes out for out number 1. Brings up Parrish now. And in 1982, Parrish batted 284, 32 homers, and 87 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And they'll get the double play out of this as Parrish gets doubled up. So that'll be the old 4-6-3 double play. And that'll end the inning. Tigers come up with a nothing here in the second. See Detroit's upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here against Tampa Bay. And then they stay on the road and head to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. We got Pena, Meadows, and Longoria due up here. And then 2007, Pena batted 282, 46 homers, 121 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on ball. See if Tampa Bay, with a leadoff walk here in the second, can do better than what the Tigers did with it. That brings up Meadows. And in 2019, he batted 291. He had 33 homers and 89 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate. Lance Parrish takes the mask off, makes the catch. And that'll be 1 down now. And Longoria steps up to the plate with a 1 out and a runner on at first. And in 2009, he batted 281, 33 homers, 113 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. And that's Denny's second strikeout of the game. And Cantu's up now. And in 2005, Jorge batted 286 with 28 homers, 117 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. See where this ball is going to end up at. 24 and a 5. And you can kiss it goodbye. And that'll put the Devil Rays up by 2. 2-run homer here in the bottom of the second. And Tampa Bay takes advantage of that walk. 2 outs now and nobody on for Navarra. And then 2008, he batted 295, 7 homers, 54 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field to Willie Horton. But the 2-run homer puts Tampa Bay up 2-0. So we go to the top of the third. We got the bottom third of the order due up here for Detroit. Horton, Polanco, and McLAIN. And Willie in 1968 batted 285, 36 homers, 85 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Upton's got it for out number 1. And Polanco's up now. And in 2007, he batted 341, 9 homers, 67 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Snell strikes him out. 2 quick outs here in the third. And Denny McLAIN's up. And in 1968, McLAIN batted a .162, no homers, and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tigers go down in order in the third. To the bottom of the third we go. The bottom of the order, Snell due up. And back to the top with Bartlett and Upton. And in 2018, Snell had 1 plate appearance. And that was it. Let's see what he can do here. And that's going to be a pop up down the second for out number 1. You see Tampa Bay's upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here against the Tigers. And they stay home, and the White Sox come to town. And back to the top of the order, and Jason's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty, 26. And that's going to be a ground ball again down the second. 2 times he's grounded the second and 2 times he's been out. That brings up Upton now. And Upton's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up against Denny. And that's going to be a base on balls this time. So BJ's down at first with 2 outs. And let's see here. A 6, a 22 to get in scoring position. Let's see here. I think he might take a chance. A 44 or lower. He's going to try here. 44 or lower to get in scoring position. And he's thrown out. Lance Parrish throws him out, folks. And that'll win the inning. We go to the top of the 4th. It's still 2-0 Tampa Bay. Got the top of the order due up here for the Tigers. LaFleur, Trammell, and Cabrera. And Ron's 0 for 1. He grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Snell strikes him out to start this 4th inning. And Trammell's up now. And in the first inning, he grounded out to second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And LaGoria bobbles it, hangs onto it. But Trammell's going to be safe on the E5. So Trammell's down at first now with 1 out. And Cabrera up now. And he is an E. And Cabrera, he struck out in the first inning. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. 45 and an 8. That should be fielding column 1, I would think. And it is. And that's going to be a nice play by Navarre, I would believe. No, that's going to be a hit by pitch. I was wrong. I thought that was going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. That's a hit by pitch. And all of a sudden now, the Tigers with 1 out have first and second. And the big boy coming up's Mr. Fielder. And he walked his first time up. Can Fielder do some damage here with 1 out? Here's the pitch to Fielder. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Cecil out for out number 2. So it's all up to Ordonez now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And he struck out his first time against Snell. And that's going to be a base on balls. Snell has walked himself into a mess here. A hit batter, an error, and now a walk. And bases are full of Tigers. Everywhere you look, there's a Tiger. Parrish at the plate. Ordonez down at first. Cabrera at second and Trammell at third. And Lance Parrish just threw out the runner in the bottom of the third. Can he deliver here? Parrish grounded into a 4-6-3 double play is back in the second. And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks in the run here, folks. Base is still loaded, and Snell can't find the strike zone. And Willie Cumma Horton. And Horton is 0 for 1. He flew out the center. He could bust this game open here and give the Tigers the lead with 1 swing of the bat. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Snell comes back and strikes him out, but he walks in a run, makes it 2-1. As we get to the bottom of the 4th, you got 3, 4, 5 hitters up. Huff, Pena, and Meadows. And Huff flew out the left his first time up. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. And 53 and an 8. Might still be fielding column 1. Nope, that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a strikeout. He'll have to throw down the first, Parrish will, but they strike him out. So now there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And Pena's up. He walked and came around to score back in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the fielder. He takes it himself, calls off McLAIN. Quickly 2 outs here. And that brings up Mr. Meadows. And Meadows popped up to the catcher's first time up. 2 outs and nobody on. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. McLAIN strikes him out. And that ends the 4th. The Rays go down in order. To the top of the 5th we go in a 2-1 game. Blanco, McLAIN, and then the order turns over. And we're back to the top in Ron. And Polanco, he struck out back in the 3rd against Snell. And that's going to be against the lefty at 23. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Upton's got it for out number 1. See if Denny McLAIN can help his own calls here. And McLAIN struck out back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Huff and right field. 2 quick outs. Back to the top of the order. And LaFleur, he is grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be against the lefty in 18. That'll be another fly ball out to Upton. And 1, 2, 3 goes the Tigers. To the bottom of the inning we go. Longoria due up here, followed by Cantone and Navarra. And Longoria is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a fly ball out to, now it's going to be a ground ball down to Trammell. He fires across the diamond for out number 1. And Jorge's up now. And he homered back in the 2nd to give Tampa Bay a 2-0 lead at the time. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Trammell makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the 5th. And Navarro's up now. And he flew out the left his first time up in the 2nd. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out the right. And that's a 1, 2, 3 inning. To the top of the 6th we go in a 2-1 ball game. You got Trammell, Cabrera, and Fielder due up here. Allen's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error. Came around to score the only run for the Tigers back in the 4th. And that's going to be a 19. That'll be a fly ball out to Huff and right. 1 up and 1 down. And Miguel's up now. And Cabrera, he has struck out and been hit by a pitch. Yet to put the ball in play. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Pena at first. That'll be out number 2. Let's see if Fielder can keep this inning alive. And Fielder, he has walked and struck out. He has yet to put the ball in play. And he has this time. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that's ball. Kiss it goodbye. Fielder has tied this ball game up, folks. That was a no doubt about her. And it is now 2-2 here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs and nobody on now for Ordonez. And he has struck out and walked yet to put the ball in play. And that'll be in play. That'll be a ground ball down the short. That'll end the inning. But the solo homer by Fielder makes it 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. You got bottom part of the order due up Snell and then back to the top with Bartlett and Upton. Snell popped up to 2nd his first time up. Here's the pitch to Blake. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Denny strikes him out. Denny's 5th strikeout of the game. And Jason grabs a bat and comes up to the plate for the 3rd time after grounding out the 2nd both times. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Willie and left. 2 quick outs here in the 6th in a tie ball game. And BJ's up. And BJ is 0 for 1. He has struck out and walked. Got called stealing back in the 3rd. And that's going to be another base on ball. So he has yet to put the ball in play. Upton trots on down the first. And he's gotten thrown out the last time he was on, so he's going to stay put this time. Let Huff try to drive him in. Huff has flown out and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Trammell. He'll go the short way over to second. Now to win the inning, Tampa Bay leaves one on. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a 2-2 game. We got Parrish, Horton, and Polanco due up. Lance is 0 for 1. He did have a walk that drove in a run back in the 4th. And that's going to be a 12. And that is going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Snell strikes him out for out number 1. And Willie Horton's up now. Horton has flown out and struck out. That was Snell's 8th strikeout of the game, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 2 quick outs here. And the top of the 7th in a 2-2 game. And Polanco's up now. And he has struck out and flown out the center. And that's going to be a ground ball. Let's see here. Might be a fly ball here. That's going to be a fly ball out to Upton. And the Tigers go down 1-2-3. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a 2-2 ball game. You got Pena, Meadows, and Longoria due up here in the bottom of the 7th. And Carlos is 0 for 1. He has walked, came around the score in the 2nd, and grounded out in the 4th as Dave Gardner joins us here. Check out his great channel, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ordonez. That'll be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. And Mr. Meadows grabs the bat with nobody on and 1 out. He's popped up and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Trammell at short over to Fielder for out number 2. And Longoria comes to the plate here. And he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out the Trammell. And that's going to be a rare play. 39 and a 52. And a 39 and a 52 is a ball 1. So here's the 1-0 count to Longoria. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Denny, after having a 1-0 count, comes back and strikes him out. And that'll end the inning. And the Tampa Bay Devil Rays go down 1-2-3 to the top of the 8th in a 2-2 ball game. Expecting a great pitching matchup from these two. And here is the dilemma. Do we pitch it for McLAIN here in the top of the 8th, or do we let him keep on pitching? We're going to let him keep on pitching. Let's look at these Tigers bullpen, see what it looks like. That's not a bad bullpen. Not a bad bullpen. Gladden, Heeman, Hernandez, Hiller, and Aguilar out there. But we're going to let Denny keep on pitching here. Snell, when's he due up? He's due up 3rd in the bottom of the inning. And this will probably be his last inning here. Here's the pitch to McLAIN. And he gets a hold of this. And he says, we don't need no stinking DH. He slaps that ball in the right field. Huff can't get to it. And that's a leadoff single by McLAIN. Only the 2nd hit given up by Snell. The other one was the homer. And now you got Ron LaFleur up. He's 0 for 3. He is grounded out, struck out, and flown out. Can he get McLAIN over in scoring position? I think they are going to lay down the bunt here with him. See if he can get him over in scoring position, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball. And they're going to double him up, folks. That was popped up down to first. He fires over to first with Cantoon covering, and that'll be a double play. double play ball, folks. SH. Down the first, double play. The second. Doubles him up. LaFleur can't get the bunt down. Now there's nobody on for Trammell. Not what the Tigers was hoping for there. Go ahead, run it down at first, gets erased. Alan Trammell's 0 for 3. He's grounded out, flown out, and reached on an error and came around the score in the fourth. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Upton. And that'll win the inning. The Tigers go down. It's still 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the eighth. Cantu, Navarra, and probably have a pitch hitter here for Snell. And Oreo, he has homered, had that 2-run homer back in the second. The only blemish for Denny. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. That'll be out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the eighth. Navarra's due up now. And he is 0 for 2. He's flown out to the corners left and right. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want to do here. Walking the time. Go ahead, run down at first. We'll definitely have a pitch hitter here for Snell now. Let's see who's going to come off the bench for the Devil Rays. Let's see here. And Morrison from the Doors is going to come out here. Let's see what he can do. Morrison's got a little bit of pop. See if he can give Tampa Bay the lead here. And Morrison in 2017 batted .246, 38 homers, 85 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball. Might be a strikeout here. Might not be a ground ball down the third. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Denny strikes him out. So that'll be out number 2 here in the bottom of the eighth. And we go back to the top of the order. Can Jason keep this inning alive here? He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the second twice and flown out the Willie and left. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. Is that some retaliation? It's not a smart move if it is. Hit the guy and put the go-ahead run down at second. See if that's going to cost Denny here with BJ up. He's 0 for 1. He has struck out and walked twice. Yet to put the ball in play. And he does this time, and that's a ground ball down the short. Trammell's up with it. He goes the short way over to second. Tampa Bay strands 2. We go to the top of the ninth in a 2-2 ball game. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here for Tampa Bay. You got 3 righties due up here. They got a hell of a good bullpen, that's for sure. That is for sure. Let's see who they're going to go with here. Who do they want to go with? They got a damn good bullpen, that's for sure. Man, I'm surprised how good their bullpen is. I think Grant Balfour is going to come out of the bullpen here, folks. Try to keep this a tie ball game. Balfour in 2008 had a 6-2 record with 4 saves and a 1.54 ERA. He'll be facing the big boys, though. He's got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Cabrera, Fielder, and Ordonez. And Cabrera's 0 for 2. He has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out. Here's the pitch thing. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 1. Here comes Fielder. He homered his last time up to tie this ball game up in the 6th inning. Can he give him the lead here in the 9th? And that's going to be a rare play, a 37 and a 44. And that's going to be hit in the center field. And Upton's a 2 out there. And that's going to be a nice catch by BJ. 2 quick outs here. Back to the Ordonez now. Can he do something here with 2 outs, nobody on in a tie ball game? He's 0 for 2. He is struck out, walked in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a fly ball out the Huff. And the Tigers go down in order in the top of the 9th. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Denny's going to come out here in the 9th. He'll be facing the 3, 4, 5 hitters of the Rays, Huff, Pena, and Meadows. Huff is 0 for 3. He is flown out, struck out, and grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Trammell. Over to Fielder for out number 1. Pena comes to the plate now. And he is 0 for 2. He's walked, grounded out, and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Fielder. He calls off Denny. 2 quick outs for McLAIN. And it's all up to Meadows to try to keep this inning alive, maybe even win the game for Tampa Bay here in the bottom of the 9th. He has popped up, struck out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a pop up down the 2nd. The Devil Rays go down in order here in the 9th, and extras. Read all about it. We got extra innings, folks. We're going to the top of the 10th. You got Parrish, Horton, and Polanco due up here against Grant. Lance is 0 for 2. He did walk back in the 4th, and that drove in a run. See if he can get on base here. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Meadows and left for out number 1. And Willie Horton's up now. Willie, or won't he keep this game going here? He has flown out, struck out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Willie gets aboard here with 1 out. With Willie's speed, do we want to pitch run for him? That is the question. That is the question. Do we want to put Granderson in with his speed? And I think we're going to. That's the go-ahead run down there. So Granderson's going to come in and pitch run for Horton. So Willie comes out of the game. Granderson will pitch run. There's Curtis. So now we got some speed on the pad here. Let's see if he's going to take off for second here. And he is going to take off. That'll be a 4, a 31, a 61 or lower. He's safe at second. And he's in there with a stolen base. So now the go-ahead run is down at second with 1 out. So Granderson comes in and steals second. And now there's only 1 out, runner in scoring position. And let's see here. Polanco. Then you would think they're going to walk Polanco intentionally, set up the double play, and we'll have a pitch hitter here for McLAIN. force him to take McLAIN out of the game. So Denny's done after pitching 9 innings. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here against a righty. And I think Norm Cash is coming off the bench, folks. Here comes Norm. He's coming off the bench to try to give the Tigers a lead here. Runners on first and second. And in 1961, Cash batted .361, 41 homers, 132 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Cash. And that's going to be against the righty, 20 and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And we got Granderson's speed wrong, so give me a second here. He's not a 26, I can tell you that. Let's do a little bit of editing here. Granderson is a 16. I have to change that. A little behind the scenes here. That's a 16 there. I don't know how it became a 26 there. Okay. There we go. Now back to the ball game. So let's see here. It was a fly ball out the left field with 1 out. Let's see here. Was a 20 with the runners on first and second. First and second, a 20. No, that's a ground ball down the short, rather. And 24, that'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be the old double play ball, folks. That's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. And that'll end the top of the 9th. Norm Cash hits into the double play. Walking, Polanco did the job. Let's see here. Do we want to do a double switch? And I think we are going to do a double switch and keep Norm in the game. Fielder's going to come out. Let's see who they're going to go with. Gladden's going to come in. Who they got up here? They got the righties coming up, so Gladden's going to come in. He'll bat in for Fielder. And Cash will stay in with the righty on the mound. So Cash will stay in the game. A little double switch here. So where's Cash? He'll stay in the game and play first. And Fred will come in and he'll bat in the 4 spot for Fielder. And let's see here. Granderson. He's in center of the floor. 31. And Granderson will come in and play left field. Stay in the game and play left after pitch hitting for Horton. So a lot of moves here in the bottom of the 10th. And Fred in 1967, he was 6-4 with 12 saves and a 1.99 ERA. He's got Longoria, Canton, and Navarra due up here in the bottom of the 9th. Longoria's 0 for 3. He struck out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be a rare play of 39 and a 13. And that's going to be 23. And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And we'll have to re-roll here. Gladden's not a very good fielder, but he comes up with a nice play this time. A line drive hit right at him. That was more self-defense than anything. Nice catch by Fred. That's out number one. Nice play there. That ball almost took his head off. Like I say, he had no choice but to make that catch. And here's the hero right now for Tampa Bay. He hit that 2-run homer way back in the second. Only 2 runs of the ball game for Tampa Bay. He has since popped up and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball. Granderson just came in the game, and of course the ball finds it. He goes back near the track, makes the catch for out number 2, folks. Can Navarro keep this 10th inning alive? He is over 2 with a walk. He's flown out the left and right. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 10th. To the top of the 11th we go. The top of the order due up here. This will be Grant's last inning of work. He's due to lead off the bottom of the 11th. Ron's 0 for 4. He has grounded out twice, struck out, and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That'll be a quick out here in the top of the 11th. See if Trammell can get aboard here. And Allen is 0 for 4. He did reach on an error in the 4th and came around to score. And that's going to be a rare play, a 32 and a 39. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1 on Allen. Can he come up with a hit here on the 0-1 pitch? Nope, that's going to be a lazy fly out the Meadows. 2 quick outs. And Cabrera's up now. And Cabrera's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out the first. And that's going to be against the righty, 27. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Meadows and left. Tigers go down in order. To the bottom of the 11th we go. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Belfour. Then back to the top of the order. See who's going to come out of the dugout. And it's going to be Wynn's going to come out of the dugout. See if he can get on base here with a tie ball game in the bottom of the 11th to lead it off. Here comes Randy. And in 2002, he batted .298, 14 homers, 75 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Granderson for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the bottom of the 11th. And back to the top of the order we go. Jason's 0 for 3. He did get hit by a pitch back in the 8th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right. 2 fly balls to each, 1 to each corner, and 2 outs. It's up to BJ here to keep this inning alive. Upton's 0 for 2. He has walked twice, struck out and grounded into a force play. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Upton strikes out for the 2nd time today. Tampa Bay goes down in order. To the top of the 12th we go. That'll be it for Fred. Have a pitch hitter for him. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen first for Tampa Bay. You got a lefty, a righty, and a lefty coming up. They got Howe and McGee. And it's going to be J.P. Howe coming out of the bullpen. The lefty's coming out of the bullpen. So J.P. Howe is going to come out of the pen. Try to keep this game tied up. Let's see what year this is for JP. 2008, he was 6-1 with 3 saves and a 2.22 ERA. Like I say, he'll be facing pitch hitter here for Gladden, and then Ordonez, and then Parrish. Let's see who's going to come off the bench. And I believe they're going to bring out Rocky. See if he can, with one swing of the bat, unleash a homer here and give the Tigers a lead. So here comes Rocky Calavito up. And in 1961, Rocky batted .290, 45 homers, 140 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Rocky trots on down to first. So the go-ahead runs down at first, nobody out. And Ordonez is up now. He is 0 for 3. He has struck out, walked, grounded out, and flown out. And that's going to be a base on balls. And JP has now walked himself into a damn mess here. And the top of the 12th, runners on first and second, nobody out. Lance Parrish comes to the plate. And Parrish is 0 for 3. He walked in the fourth and drove in a run. Here's the pitch to Lance. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And that's going to be a single through short. The runner's going to score. And Ordonez is not an S runner, so he's going to make it down the third. So a single through the infield. And we got runners on the corners. And it's a 3-2 ball game. And JP Howe is not the answer today, folks. Still nobody out, first and third. And Granderson's up for the first time. I'll force the Rays to bring the infield in. Granderson, second time up. No, first time up, he pitch ran, had a stolen base back in the 10th. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. That should be fielding column 1. And it is, with the infield in. And that's going to be a double play. Let's see here. Runner scores. Defense may choose to hold the runner at third and take one out at first, other runner to second, and that's what they'll do. So instead of the double play, they're going to go over to first. The runner on third is going to hold. Now we got a runner at second and third, and one out. I'll have to keep the infield in. So now you got Planko up with runners on second and third, one out in a 3-2 ball game. Planko's 0 for 3. He has struck out, flown out the center twice, and was intentionally walked. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bases are juiced. Might not be a bad play here. Norm hit into a double play his last time. Bases juiced. They're going to keep the infield in now. Norm, like I say, hit into a 6-4-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. JP walks in another run, folks. And it is now a 4-2 ball game. Bases are still loaded. We're back to the top of the order in LaFleur, who is a 0 for 5. Grounded out twice, popped up and flown out and struck out. And that's going to be against the lefty. 18, bases loaded. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And a 56, Parrish. See if he can tag up and score here. I think he's going to take a chance. Who's up after LaFleur? 56 minus the 31 plus the 6. Yep, a 31. So he's definitely going to tag up. And Blanco is going to hold at second. So we're going to have a play at the plate. 31, a 61 or lower. 61 or lower. Parrish is in there with a sacrifice fly, and he's in there. LaFleur with a sacrifice fly out the right field. Makes it a 3-run ball game, folks. Makes it a 3-run ball game. And J.P. Howe sure wasn't the answer here. Now you got first and second, 2 outs. And Trammell's up. Trammell's also 0 for 5, but he did reach on an error and came around to score. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 19. And that's going to do it, folks. That's a fly ball out the Huff. But the Tigers score 3 and go to the bottom of the 12th in a 5-2 ball game. And Mr. Heller's coming out of the bullpen to try to lock this game down. With a 3-run lead. He'll be batting in the 4 spot. Yeah, he'll be batting in the 3 spot. No, the 4 spot. I was right. Don't doubt yourself. Where's John at? There he is. So, with a 3-run lead, he's going to be facing the 3, 4, 5 hitters. He's going to have to go up against the big boys here. Huff is 0 for 4. He has flown out, grounded out twice, and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball. Now, that's a swing and a miss, folks. As John strikes him out. We'll go over John's record here. Forgot about that. And in 1973, he was 10-5 with 38 saves and a 1.44 ERA. Like I say, and he strikes out Huff for out number 1 here in the 12th. So Huff's out of there. That brings up Pena now. He's 0 for 3. He did walk and came around to score when that homer back in the second. Here's the pitch to Pena. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cabrera, third, over to Cash for out number 2. The Rays are down to their last out, and it's Meadows. And Meadows, do we want to pitch hit for Meadows? That is the question. Let's see here. They got another outfielder. Yeah, old Ben Zobrist can come out. If you don't want to go with Ben, I think that's who they're going to go with. Ben's going to come out here, pitch hit for Meadows, the switch hitter. And if they are fortunate enough to tie this game out, he'll stay out and play left field. So when Ben in 2009, he batted .297, 27 homers, and 91 RBIs. He's the last chance here for Tampa Bay. And that's going to be a base hit. Ben comes through. Tampa Bay's not finished yet, folks. And that's going to be a double into the gap in right field. Ben with a pitch hit double here in the 12th. Tampa Bay still alive, hanging on by fingertips. We got Longoria up now, and he is 0 for 4 today. He has struck out twice, lined out to the pitcher in the 10th, and grounded out in the 5th. And he gets a hold of this, folks. These Devil Rays, they're fighting back here. That would be against the lefty, a 22 and a 6. And that's going to be a double in the left field, back-to-back doubles. And now it's a 2-run ball game, folks. Just like that. John can't get the elusive third out. And here comes the man Oh, Jorge is 1 for 4. He homered back in the second inning, folks, to make this a 2-0 game at the time. One swing of the bat here, and he can tie it up. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate, 56 and an 8. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be on a swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3, but he makes it down the first on a pass ball, folks. So let me look this up. On the drop, third strike. Let's see what that is. I can't remember that. So give me a second here to look this up. Board game commands, a drop third strike. Drop third strike. What command that is. Drop third strike. Here we go. Okay. So it'll be a dropped. Okay. Runner 1 second is going to go nowhere. He's going to hold. So now it's first and second. And it's 2 outs. And Navarro's up now. What a game we got here, folks. What a game. These Rays holding on, man. John got 2 quick outs, and now he's got himself in a predicament here. Tying run at first, go ahead run at the plate. Navarro's 0 for 3. He has flown out to the corners. He's walked and struck out in the 10th. And that ball is well hit. This game ain't over yet, folks. See what happens here. And that ball is driven into the gap and right field. And with 2 outs, he's probably going to score from first, folks. Let's see here. This could be a tie ball game. All this happening with 2 outs. A 51, 31, and a 15. A 66 is the only way they throw him out, folks. And he's in there. So a 2 RBI double. And just like this, the game is tied. All this coming with 2 outs. All this coming with 2 outs. Crazy. So no, 2 RBI double. And this game's not over yet. Can Tampa Bay take the lead, folks? Navarro down at second. And that'll be it for JP. He comes out of the game. We'll have a pitch hitter here for him. See who's going to pitch hit here for Howe. Lugo's going to come off the bench here. The righty's going to come off the bench. Runner down at second in a tie ball game. Didn't see this coming. Tampa Bay fighting Tampa Bay Rays. Devil Rays are coming back here. And Lugo in 2005 batted .295, 6 homers, 57 RBIs. And that'll end the inning. A fly ball out to Ordonez. But the Rays score 3 in the bottom of the inning. We're going to the top of the 13th and now in a 5-5 ball game. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. You got Cabrera, a pitch hitter for John, and a righty. So it'll probably be Hernandez is going to come out of the bullpen here. Roberto Hernandez will come out of the bullpen. And Ben's going to stay in the game and play left field. Okay. And what year is this for Hernandez? In 1999, he was 2-3, 43 saves, and a 3.07 ERA. He's got Cabrera, pitch hitter for Hiller, and Ordonez due up here. Cabrera's 0 for 4. He was hit by a pitch back in the fourth. And that's going to be against the righty. 18. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Upton's got it. We're out number 1. And that'll be it for John. So he couldn't get the job done in the bottom of the 12th. And Sweet Lou Whitaker's coming off the bench here. See if Sweet Lou can get on base. Get the go-ahead run down at first, at least. Sweet Lou. And in 1983, Lou batted .320, 12 homers, and 72 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Sweet Lou does his job, gets on base. So the go-ahead runs down at first. And Ordonez is up. The runner down at first and 1 out. He's 0 for 3. He has walked twice. Came around the score back in the 12th. And that's going to be against the righty. A 19 runner down at first. And that's going to be a base hit. An infield hit for Ordonez. And all of a sudden now the Tigers first and second, 1 out. And up to the plate steps Lance Parrish. And Parrish is 1 for 4. He has 2 RBIs. He has an RBI single in the 12th and a walk. Drove in a run in the 4th. Can Parrish do it again here, folks? And that's going to be a 36. That might be a pass ball here. Wow pitch. If pitcher's a wow pitch 0. And he's not. That's going to be a wow pitch, folks. Now we got runners at the second and third and 1 out, forcing the Rays to bring the infield in. Big mistake there by Hernandez. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Parrish. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Big out there. Now there's 2 outs. 2 outs and runners at second and third. Parrish kicking the dirt as he walks back to the dugout. It's up to Granderson. He has grounded out to the pitcher back in the 12th. Can he deliver here, folks? And he does. That ball is high. How far is this one going to travel, folks? Against the righty. That'll be a 12. And that ball is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. Granderson hits a 3-run shot out there in right field. Huff turns around and watches it leave the yard. But the Tigers was in this shape the last inning. Now with a 3-run lead. And Polanco's up. But can they hold it this time, folks? It is now 8-5. And what once was a 2-2 ball game. And Polanco's 0 for 3. He's walked twice. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He bounces back from the homer. But the 3-run shot by Granderson gives the Tigers a 3-run lead. Let's see who's going to come out here. Willie Hernandez is coming out of the bullpen. Try to lock it down here. Can he do it? So Willie Hernandez in 1984. Can he get the save here? What a wow game we got. Tigers and Tampa Bay in a wow one. Where's Willie? There he is. He'll be batting in the 4 spot. And in 1984, Willie was 9-3 with 32 saves and a 1.92 ERA. He's got the top of the lineup to deal with: Bartlett, Upton, and Huff. Here's the pitch to Jason, who is 0 for 4. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. But remember, that's how the 12th inning started out, with a swing and a miss. 1 down here. Upton's up now. He's 0 for 3. He's walked twice, been caught stealing. And that's going to be a 20. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And again, Tampa Bay's down to their last out. But they've been here before. And here comes Huff up now. And Huff's 0 for 5. He struck out twice in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Trammell. He's up with it, takes his time, fires over to Cash, and that's your ball game, folks. Hell of a game. 8-5 win by the Tigers. Take a look at this box score here. Nice job by both teams. The bullpens let them down. Starting pitching was great, and the bullpens are damn good bullpens, but they kind of imploded. The Tigers, 8 runs on 6 hits. Man, took advantage of the little opportunities he's had. No errors. How about the Devil Rays? 5 runs on just 4 hits and 1 error. Nobody had a multiple hit game. You had Fielder and Granderson. Granderson with that big homer, 3-run shot. They was 2 for 7. Tigers was, with runners in scoring position, left 6 men on base. And the Rays didn't have anybody with a multiple hit game. You had Cantu with a homer. They was only 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Only left 4 men on base. Denny goes the distance, gets a no decision. 9 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, walked 4, struck out 7, gave up a homer. Fred Landing comes in, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. And old John, he screwed the pooch but gets the win. How about that? 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, struck out 2 and gets the win. And Willie comes in, gets his first save of the year, 1 inning and strikes out 1. Blake Snell, same thing. No decision. 8 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 8 and gave up a homer. Grant Belfour, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. JP comes in. He blows it, but he gets a no decision. 1 inning, 1 hit, 3 runs, walked 4. And Roberto Hernandez. So the Hernandez was well represented. He goes to 0-1, 2 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 1, and gave up the 3-run homer. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard. Not a lot to look at, but we'll take a look here. For the American League, got the Orioles are 2-1, Boston 1-1, and now Tampa Bay's 0-1. The Tigers are now 1-0, a half a game up on the Indians, who are 1-1, and Kansas City, they're a game up. They're 1-2. Oakland's 1-1. Seattle's 1-1 out west. And Jason with a 500 batting average leading the American League. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters with 2 homers. And you got 2 players with 4 RBIs leading the American League. Of course, the ERA leaders are going to be at 0. Everybody leading the league with 1 win and 1 save. Like I say, not a lot to look at early here. And Jim Thome is leading in the MVP, and Jim Palmer leading in the Cy Young. And the next game here will be Jason Verlander going up against Price. That should be a good pitching matchup on April Fool's Day, April 1st, 1998. I guess they got Gladden, but Gladden's not pitching. He's in the bullpen. Like I say, it'll be Verlander against Price. I want to thank Dave Gardner for stopping by today. Check out his great channel, folks. He's been playing Apba Master Game. Check it out. Till next time, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, hit that like button and leave a comment. You all have a great day and take care.